calm mind is not a luxury, it is the foundation of a strong life. In 2026, more than ever, our lives are filled with noise, distraction, and relentless pressure. Yet, the people who achieve consistency, clarity, and real progress are rarely the busiest. They are the ones who master the art of inner stillness. A calm mind allows us to think clearly, make better decisions, and act with purpose rather than reaction. Imagine standing in the middle of a storm, unshaken, observing everything with clarity. This is the state of mind that transforms ordinary lives into extraordinary ones. The first step toward building a strong life is emotional awareness. Many of us are unaware of how our emotions influence our choices. Anger, fear, or impatience often masquerade as urgency, prompting decisions that lead to regret. A calm mind doesn't deny these feelings. It acknowledges them, examines them, and then responds deliberately. This skill of observing your emotions without being controlled by them is not just self-discipline. It is power. It is the difference between being tossed around by circumstances and steering your life toward your goals. Equally important is learning to break the noise. The world constantly bombards us with information, opinions, and distractions that fragment our attention. A strong life requires focus, and focus requires reducing mental clutter. This could mean setting boundaries with technology, prioritizing tasks, or even dedicating a few minutes each day to sit quietly with your thoughts. When we clear away the unnecessary, we give our minds space to see what truly matters and to act with clarity. Stillness may feel counterintuitive in a culture obsessed with speed and productivity, yet it is where real energy comes from. Moments of reflection, meditation, or simply sitting in silence recharge not just our minds, but our bodies and spirits as well. Think of the mind as a battery. Constant stimulation drains it, while intentional pauses restore it. Those who understand this principle are able to approach challenges with energy and patience instead of exhaustion and panic. From calmness comes action. A mind that is still and clear does not freeze. It enables decisive, effective steps forward. Consider someone making an important career or life decision. In a state of mental chaos, their choices may be impulsive or reactive. But with a calm mind, they evaluate options, anticipate outcomes, and act strategically. Strength is not in frenetic activity, it is in measured, purposeful action grounded in clarity. Finally, a calm mind builds resilience. Life will always present obstacles, setbacks, and unexpected turns. Those who remain composed are not immune to difficulty, but they respond to challenges with clarity, persistence, and creativity. Inner peace does not remove hardships. It equips you to face them, learn from them, and emerge stronger. The stronger your mind, the stronger your life. A calm mind becomes your secret weapon, turning pressure into performance, chaos into opportunity, and struggle into growth. In 2026, the formula for a strong life is not found in endless activity or external achievement alone. It is rooted in cultivating calmness within. By mastering emotional awareness, eliminating mental clutter, embracing stillness, acting from clarity, and building resilience, anyone can transform the turbulence of modern life into a steady, powerful force for growth and fulfillment. A calm mind is not passive, it is active, strategic, and capable of extraordinary results. The choice is ours. Will we let the noise control us, or will we cultivate stillness and create a strong, meaningful life? A calm mind is far more than simply a peaceful state. It is the foundation upon which every meaningful achievement is built. In today's fast-paced world, Most people mistake business for productivity, thinking that constant movement and endless activity are signs of progress. Yet the truth is that without a calm mind, even the most industrious efforts can become wasted energy. When the mind is cluttered with stress, anxiety, and constant distraction, decision-making becomes flawed, creativity is stifled, and opportunities are easily missed. A calm mind acts like a lens, focusing scattered energy into clear, deliberate action. It allows a person to see situations as they are, not as they fear or imagine them to be. The difference between reaction and response lies entirely in mental clarity. While a reactive mind jumps at every stimulus, a calm mind assesses, prioritizes, and acts with intention. One of the most significant benefits of a calm mind is the ability to manage stress effectively. Stress is not inherently harmful. It becomes destructive only when it overwhelms the mind. A restless mind interprets every challenge as a crisis, magnifying problems and creating unnecessary tension. In contrast, a calm mind can observe stressors without being consumed by them. It creates a buffer between external events and internal reactions, allowing individuals to respond rationally rather than emotionally. This ability to remain composed under pressure not only improves mental health, but also enhances physical well-being. Studies have shown that chronic stress contributes to conditions such as high blood pressure, weakened immunity, and disrupted sleep. By cultivating calmness, we are essentially protecting our bodies as well as our minds, creating the conditions necessary for sustainable performance and long-term resilience. A calm mind is also crucial for clarity in decision-making. Life constantly presents choices, ranging from minor daily decisions to significant life-altering moments. When the mind is cluttered, choices are driven by impulse, habit, or fear. This often leads to regret or repeated mistakes. By contrast, a calm mind allows us to pause and reflect, weighing options carefully and anticipating consequences. It empowers us to distinguish between urgency and importance, between what truly matters and what merely demands attention. Over time, this ability to make thoughtful, deliberate decisions becomes a habit, and habits are what ultimately shape the trajectory of a life. People who cultivate calmness tend to make fewer impulsive errors, navigate challenges more effectively, and experience a greater sense of control over their circumstances. Creativity and problem-solving also flourish in a calm mind. When the mind is constantly racing or overwhelmed by distraction, innovative thinking is nearly impossible. Ideas require space to form, patterns to emerge, and connections to be made. A calm mind provides that space. It allows thoughts to settle like sediment in water, revealing clarity that was previously obscured by mental turbulence. This is why some of the most profound breakthroughs and solutions often occur during moments of quiet reflection, rather than in frantic activity. Creative insights rarely arrive amidst chaos. They emerge in stillness, observation, and thoughtful contemplation. Cultivating a calm mind is therefore not a passive act. It is an active investment in one's ability to solve problems and generate ideas that matter. Furthermore, a calm mind strengthens relationships and communication. When we are agitated, stressed, or mentally scattered, our interactions are often reactive, defensive, or shallow. We listen poorly, respond impulsively, and misunderstand others. A calm mind allows for patience, empathy, and attentive listening. It creates the space to respond thoughtfully, rather than reacting instinctively. This skill is invaluable not only in personal relationships, but also in professional settings. where emotional intelligence and clear communication are key to collaboration, leadership, and influence. By mastering calmness internally, we naturally project stability and confidence externally, inspiring trust and respect in others. Finally, cultivating a calm mind enhances long-term focus and productivity. The mind, when calm, is capable of sustained attention and deep work. It can prioritize important tasks, resist distraction, and maintain energy for meaningful endeavors. Without calmness, the mind is constantly pulled in multiple directions, leading to scattered effort and diminished results. In a world where attention has become one of the most valuable commodities, the ability to remain focused and composed is a rare and transformative advantage. It allows us to channel energy efficiently, accomplish more in less time, and create a life defined by intentional progress rather than reactive motion. In essence, the power of a calm mind lies in its ability to transform not only how we think but how we live. It turns chaos into clarity, stress into strategy, and distraction into focus. It enhances our decision-making, creativity, relationships, and productivity. Above all, it allows us to navigate life with purpose rather than being swept along by circumstance. A calm mind is not a passive state. It is the active core of a strong, resilient, and successful life, providing the mental foundation upon which all other achievements are built. Emotional awareness is one of the most overlooked skills in building a strong, resilient life. Yet it is fundamental to personal growth, decision-making, and meaningful relationships. Most people treat emotions as either obstacles to be ignored or weaknesses to be hidden, believing that strength comes from suppressing feelings or acting as if they do not exist. In reality, true strength comes from understanding emotions, recognizing their presence, and using them as tools for insight and guidance. Emotional awareness begins with the simple act of noticing what you are feeling without judgment. Anger, fear, sadness, or excitement are not inherently harmful. They are signals from the mind and body that provide information about your environment, your needs, and your priorities. By paying attention to these signals, we can gain clarity about why we react the way we do and how to respond in a way that serves us rather than sabotages us. A person who lacks emotional awareness is often controlled by their emotions rather than in control of them. They react impulsively, speak without thought, and make decisions that are driven by momentary feelings instead of long-term goals. Emotional outbursts, anxiety, driven choices, and avoidance behaviors often result from this lack of awareness. Conversely, a person who has cultivated emotional awareness can pause in the face of strong feelings, observe what is happening internally, and choose how to respond. This does not mean suppressing emotions or pretending they do not exist. It means recognizing them, understanding their source, and channeling them constructively. For example, frustration can be transformed into motivation, fear into preparation, and sadness into reflection that fosters growth. Emotional awareness also strengthens relationships because it allows for empathy and effective communication. When we understand our own emotions, we are better able to recognize the emotions of others. We begin to see that behaviors are often expressions of underlying feelings, not attacks or challenges. This understanding creates patience, compassion, and the ability to respond thoughtfully rather than react defensively. In both personal and professional life, people with high emotional awareness are often more persuasive, influential, and respected because they communicate in ways that resonate with others and build trust. Misunderstandings are reduced, conflicts are handled more effectively, and connections deepen when emotional awareness guides interactions. In addition, emotional awareness contributes to mental clarity and problem solving. Emotions can cloud judgment if left unchecked, but when observed and understood, they provide valuable information. For instance, feeling anxious about a project may signal a need for better preparation or highlight areas that require attention. Recognizing this allows proactive action rather than panic-driven reaction. Similarly, excitement about an opportunity can reveal genuine interest or alignment with personal values. Emotional awareness transforms feelings into data, helping individuals navigate complex situations with insight, rather than being swept away by uncontrolled impulses. It allows a person to act strategically while staying connected to their inner experience. Another critical aspect of emotional awareness is its impact on self-mastery. Life constantly presents challenges, unexpected events, and moments of stress. Those who are unaware of their emotions may find themselves overwhelmed, reactive, or even paralyzed by fear or frustration. By cultivating emotional awareness, we develop resilience and adaptability. We learn to observe stress and pressure without being consumed by them. We notice patterns in our emotional responses, recognize triggers, and gradually develop strategies to respond more effectively. Over time, this creates a sense of empowerment, the realization that emotions do not control us, but we can manage them consciously to shape the outcomes we desire. Emotional awareness also enhances personal growth and self-understanding. By observing our feelings and reactions, we uncover insights about our values, priorities, and unmet needs. We begin to understand why certain situations provoke intense reactions, why specific people or circumstances trigger strong emotions, and how our past experiences influence present behaviors. This self-knowledge is invaluable because it allows us to make intentional choices rather than repeating unconscious patterns. Growth becomes a conscious process guided by understanding rather than trial and error. Finally, emotional awareness is not a one-time achievement. It is a daily practice. It requires patience, honesty, and a willingness to sit with discomfort instead of running from it. Simple practices such as journaling, mindfulness, or reflective observation can help individuals become more attuned to their inner state. Over time, this practice leads to a mind that is not only aware but also calm, focused, and resilient. Strength is not the absence of emotion. It is the mastery of it. By becoming aware of emotions, understanding their message, and channeling them constructively, we unlock the power to make wiser decisions, foster deeper relationships, and create a life that is not driven by impulse, but guided by insight and intentionality. Breaking the noise is one of the most critical skills for anyone striving to lead a focused and meaningful life, especially in today's world, where constant information, distractions, and external pressures compete for attention. Most people believe that multitasking, scrolling endlessly through social media, or responding immediately to every notification is necessary to stay productive or connected. In reality, this constant exposure to stimuli fragments attention, drains mental energy, and prevents the mind from focusing on what truly matters. Noise does not only exist externally in the form of emails, messages, or media. It also exists internally as racing thoughts, unresolved emotions, and the constant chatter of doubt and worry. Until both external and internal noise are managed, true clarity and productivity remain out of reach. One of the first steps to breaking the noise is developing awareness of what is actually consuming attention. Many individuals are unaware of how often their thoughts are hijacked by trivial matters or by the endless stream of digital distractions. The average person checks their phone dozens of times a day, often without even realizing it, allowing small, unimportant interruptions to dominate their mental space. By observing these patterns, it becomes possible to reclaim control. When one actively decides what deserves focus and what can be set aside, mental clarity emerges, and the mind is freed from unnecessary clutter. This deliberate attention management is the cornerstone of building a life that is productive, purposeful, and aligned with personal goals. Breaking the noise also requires learning to set boundaries, both externally and internally. Externally, this may involve limiting time spent on social media, turning off non-essential notifications, or creating dedicated periods for deep work without interruption. Internally, it involves training the mind to notice when it drifts into unproductive thought loops or reacts impulsively to every passing worry or fear. These boundaries are not restrictive. Rather, they are liberating. They create mental space to process information meaningfully, make thoughtful decisions, and act intentionally. Without such boundaries, the mind becomes like a computer overloaded with open tabs, slowing down, crashing, or producing errors. A disciplined approach to limiting noise ensures the mind operates at optimal efficiency. Another essential aspect of breaking the noise is prioritization. In the midst of constant stimuli, it is easy to mistake business for progress, reacting to whatever is urgent, rather than focusing on what is important. A strong life requires the ability to identify priorities and act on them consistently. By recognizing which tasks, goals, and relationships are truly meaningful, and by deliberately ignoring or postponing distractions, individuals create a rhythm in their lives that maximizes impact while conserving energy. Prioritization is not about doing everything. It is about doing what matters most with clarity, attention, and intention. This practice separates those who feel overwhelmed from those who feel empowered and in control. Breaking the noise also involves cultivating periods of intentional stillness. Silence is not emptiness. It is space for reflection, insight, and creativity. When the mind is constantly bombarded with external stimuli or internal chatter, it becomes nearly impossible to generate innovative ideas or solve complex problems. By deliberately setting aside time to step away from constant input, through meditation, quiet walks, journaling, or simply sitting in thought, one allows the mind to process, reorganize, and produce clarity. Many of the most effective solutions, strategies, and personal insights emerge not during activity, but during moments of calm reflection when noise has been minimized. Furthermore, breaking the noise enhances emotional regulation. When attention is scattered, small challenges can feel overwhelming, and minor frustrations can escalate unnecessarily. A mind that has been trained to filter out irrelevant distractions and focus on what matters is naturally more composed, resilient, and capable of handling stress. It is easier to respond to challenges strategically rather than reactively, because the mind is not consumed by unnecessary clutter. This ability to maintain focus and calmness in the midst of external chaos is a critical determinant of long-term success and personal fulfillment. Ultimately, breaking the noise is about reclaiming ownership of the mind. The world will never stop producing distractions, and life will never be free of challenges and interruptions. What separates individuals who lead strong, purposeful lives from those who drift aimlessly is the ability to filter out what is unimportant, prioritize what truly matters, and create space for deep, focused thought. By managing external inputs, quieting internal chatter, setting boundaries, prioritizing effectively, and cultivating stillness, anyone can transform distraction into clarity and chaos into control. Breaking the noise is not just a technique, it is a mindset, a practice, and a commitment to living with intention, focus, and strength. The energy of stillness is one of the most misunderstood yet powerful forces in creating a strong, resilient life. In a world that glorifies constant activity, multitasking, and speed, many people assume that progress comes only through relentless motion. Yet, true energy, focus, and clarity emerge not from endless doing, but from periods of intentional pause and reflection. Stillness is not laziness or inaction. It is the deliberate cultivation of mental and emotional space that allows the mind to recharge, process, and grow stronger. When the mind is constantly busy, it is like a battery being drained without ever being recharged. Thoughts become scattered, decisions become reactive, and energy is wasted on trivial matters. By embracing stillness, we allow ourselves to regain control, conserve energy, and direct it toward meaningful action rather than scattered reaction. One of the most immediate benefits of stillness is the restoration of mental clarity. When the mind is constantly processing information, reacting to stimuli, and juggling multiple demands, it becomes difficult to see problems clearly or make intelligent decisions. Mental clutter clouds judgment, creates stress, and often leads to mistakes that could have been avoided with a few moments of calm reflection. Stillness provides the opportunity to step back from the noise of daily life, observe our thoughts without judgment, and gain perspective. In this space, insights emerge, solutions present themselves, and priorities become clear. The energy of stillness is therefore not a passive state, but an active tool for achieving greater mental acuity and effectiveness. Stillness also has profound effects on emotional regulation. Life will always bring challenges, disappointments, and pressures, and without emotional control, these experiences can feel overwhelming. When the mind is quiet, we are better able to observe our feelings, understand their origin, and choose how to respond rather than react impulsively. Anger can be tempered into constructive action, anxiety can be transformed into preparation, and frustration can be redirected toward problem solving. The energy gained from stillness creates a buffer between external events and internal reactions, giving us the power to face life with composure, resilience, and confidence. Those who embrace stillness are less likely to be swayed by emotion, driven decisions, or external chaos because they carry within them a stable source of mental and emotional energy. Another key aspect of stillness is its role in creativity and innovation. The human mind often generates its best ideas when it is not actively forcing solutions, but allowed to rest, reflect, and wonder. By stepping away from constant activity and creating space for quiet contemplation, we give the subconscious mind the chance to form connections, solve problems, and generate insights that may not be accessible under mental strain. Many of history's most groundbreaking ideas, from scientific discoveries to artistic masterpieces, have emerged from moments of stillness rather than frantic effort. By cultivating this practice deliberately, we harness the energy of stillness to fuel creativity and innovation in our own lives. Stillness is also closely connected to personal energy and physical well-being. Mental overexertion, stress, and constant activity not only deplete the mind but also drain the body. Energy is finite, and without deliberate recovery, burnout becomes inevitable. Practices such as meditation, mindful breathing, or quiet reflection are not simply relaxation techniques. They are methods of replenishing the mind and body simultaneously. When the mind is calm, the nervous system relaxes, cortisol levels decrease, and the body's energy is restored. This replenishment allows for sustained focus, higher productivity, and a more balanced approach to life. The energy of stillness, therefore, is not separate from action. It directly enhances our capacity to act effectively and with sustained strength. Stillness also enhances self-awareness and alignment with purpose. When we slow down and create quiet spaces in our day, we are able to observe patterns in our thoughts, behaviors, and reactions. This self-observation reveals what truly matters, what is aligned with our goals, and what is merely distraction. A life without stillness often drifts in response to external pressures and urgent tasks, leaving individuals feeling exhausted, unfulfilled, or disconnected from their own values. The energy of stillness brings clarity, helping us recognize the paths that lead to meaningful progress and those that waste time and effort. It is a tool for intentional living, ensuring that every action we take is grounded in purpose rather than reaction. Ultimately, the energy of stillness is a source of strength, clarity, and resilience. It allows the mind to recharge, emotions to stabilize, and creative insights to surface. It provides the mental space to make deliberate choices, the emotional space to respond effectively, and the physical energy to sustain effort over time. By incorporating stillness into daily life, individuals gain a powerful advantage, the ability to act with intention rather than impulsivity, to think clearly under pressure, and to maintain consistent energy in the pursuit of their goals. The energy of stillness is therefore not a retreat from life. It is the foundation for a strong, focused, and purposeful existence, transforming moments of pause into a limitless source of power.